Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're at. Thank you for joining us today, Unite to Fortify Webinar Series. This webinar series is designed for our channel partners and anyone else that would like to tune in to learn a little bit more about 360 SOC, whether it's our team, current events, latest breach news, whatever it might be. Every 2 weeks at 11 Mountain Time, 10 Pacific, we host our webinar series, Unite to Fortify, and we will bring you something new every single time. Today, we've got our special guest, Tijana Jelic, with us. She's a member of our team here at 360 SOC. I'll let her introduce herself here in a moment. As a reminder, if you do have any questions, please feel free to pop your questions in the chat. We'll try to address any of them, talk through that, and also ask Q&A at the end. Those of you guys, if this is the first time tuning in here into the webinar series, you're not familiar with 360 SOC, we're an award-winning cybersecurity company. We focus within the Security Operations Center primarily within 3 product suites, MDR, XDR, and SOC as a service. We also do things like penetration testing, vulnerability scanning, vCISO, security consulting, and product procurement. We're your stop for security when it comes to defending and also remediating any critical security events within your environment. Without further ado, though, let's go ahead and get started here. Let's go ahead and get Tijana going. And Tijana, welcome.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Well, Tijana, why don't you share a little bit about what you do here at 360 SOC? You know, what the importance of your role, how you came here, how long you've been and such, and tell the audience, you know, a little bit about yourself.
Yes, of course. First, thank you so much for inviting me to the webinar. I've been to every single one so far, so it's really exciting to be part of one. So my name is Tijana Jelic. I'm SOC Analyst at 360 SOC. I've been working here for 2 years, and I graduated from Grand Canyon University. I graduated a year ago, so that means that I've been working here as an intern for a year. And as soon as I graduated, I got a full-time position. So I've been here 1 year full-time, but 2 years total. And I've been here working as a SOC analyst, but currently I'm also being transitioned to sales engineering role as well. And one more thing is that not long ago, I've been awarded as top 30 alumni under 30 years at Grand Canyon University.
Well, that's great, Tijana, and congrats on all your success.
Thank you.
We've loved having you here all the way through being an intern and obviously watching you build your career here. But, you know, tell me a little bit about why cybersecurity, you know, what brought you to a career in cybersecurity? Why'd you pick this path in college? And, you know, what excites you about, you know, continuing to grow through, you know, the cybersecurity industry or, or IT department, whatever, you know, piece of the puzzle comes your way. Let's put it that way.
When it was time to choose a career, I wasn't sure what I wanted. So I knew I wanted to go to Grand Canyon University. So I was looking at many different majors. One thing I knew for sure is that I didn't want to do the same thing every day. That's just not something I like. And cybersecurity was a perfect match. Not just that cybersecurity is constantly changing, but we also have many different customers. So there's always new data. It's always exciting. So every day when I come to work, there's always something new to learn, something new to learn in cybersecurity. You wake up, you read the news, and you're just interested what is going on today in the world. So I like that the most. The other thing is that I truly like problem solving. So it's really exciting every day when you look at alerts and you need to make a decision that is actually a huge decision. And I I love that. So, and especially when there is an incident going on and you're part of something big and you're just there to solve the problem, and the feeling at the end is so rewarding. Oh, sorry, Chris, I can't hear you.
I said, that's fantastic. Thank you for all that info. And, you know, obviously for anyone who's aspiring to, continue down the cybersecurity path, whether it's as a partner trying to learn how to sell, how to be a cybersecurity asset to your customers, whether you're an end user customer, and you're looking to build your cyber programs, or somebody who's looking to get into cybersecurity. Obviously, these paths are great, and are paths that can be considered, for either people coming from the IT department, or whether it is the security department, or like you said, on the sales side. These are the things that you want to align yourself with, have that common knowledge with, so that you can be successful. So, Tijana, tell us a little bit about your role then, as an analyst. What's the day-to-day like? What do you do? What's going on from day to day? What, is it, do you show up and you have your hoodie on, and, you got your hood up top, and you're out there hunting bad guys, or what are you doing?
So when I come in the shift, the first thing is I meet with the other analysts that worked the previous shift, and just to see what's going on, what happened while I wasn't there. So we just make sure that we're always updated, even in the shifts that we're not here. And the thing is, we work 24/7. So there's a lot of things constantly going on. So after that, as a security analyst, you make sure that you go through the alerts, you make sure that there is nothing suspicious or malicious going on, and you constantly go through the logs. In cybersecurity, a lot of people think, oh, it's just an attacker is attacking. It's not just that. The other thing is employees doing things they shouldn't be doing. So we just want to make sure that everything's clean, everyone's doing their job, and making sure that there is nothing malicious going on. And my favorite part is, as a lead analyst, it is working with my team. We always work together. We are a small family. So we always make sure that we teach each other what there is new about cybersecurity, new things that happened, and how to deal with everything. So that's the main thing as an analyst. Besides that, we also have sales calls that I'm part to, and that's it.
As far as like being here at 360 SOC, and the experience, both, working on as far as 360 SOC, but also being, kind of on those front lines, what excites you the most out of all of that you're doing? Like, what's probably the coolest aspect of the role? Let's put it that way.
I think my favorite part is working with my team. I like working alone, but I really like that in this company, because we're all working together. That's my favorite part, is because maybe I have 2 years of experience, but I'm working with people that have 40 years of experience. I'm working with people that worked in the government. I'm working with people that were in the field when everything started, when cybersecurity was a new thing. So that's my favorite part, is because I get to learn from people that know so much. And when there is an incident going on, yes, I am part of it. I'm working actively on it, but just seeing the way they think, how they look at different aspects, and they ask me questions. It's not just them doing their thing. They ask me questions. So that way, the next time it comes, I'm the one also thinking that way. So it is very exciting, especially when something happens. But the thing is also, we have really good procedures, so we're always prepared in any case how to react, what to do. So it's really exciting. That's my favorite part.
Cool. As far as like, business is concerned, and, being in your role, you've gotten to see both the sales aspect and also being on the analyst side. You've worked behind the scenes, front line, manage the components of it. When you look at like the average business today, what are you seeing? Like, what do you feel are some of those challenges they face? Is it truly that they just need to find seasoned teams like somebody like 360 SOC, or is it, starting with hygiene first? Is it training their users? What do you think is facing these businesses today from, sitting behind the scenes, the most common things you're seeing?
I think all of it. All of it is very important. Uh, it's definitely really good if company can have someone like us who focus mainly on their security, So that way we are 24 hours working on their security. But also that security training is really important because, as I mentioned before, it's not only the bad guys attacking, it's also employees clicking things they shouldn't, doing things they shouldn't. And that is causing huge problems and huge risk for the security. But here at 360 SOC, we have many different ways we deal with that, and we're always prepared for each situation. So the first thing is that security training that they need to do in their company and making sure that their employees are informed and know how to react in case of a phishing attack, how to realize if there is an email that is phishing compared to the regular one. But then besides the security training, it's also security hygiene. Least privilege is very important. You want each employee to have enough access to the things for them to do their job, but not more than that. Because in case that user clicks a link that was malicious and someone is able to click to get their credentials and access, you don't want regular user having admin access. That is something that's very important for every company. But then at the end, we have many different softwares and tools that we use to make sure that the companies are protected at all times. So having SOC is a huge advantage for every business, and they're way more protected than any other business that doesn't have security.
Awesome. Well, you touched on this a little bit, the training and awareness piece. As far as, what we've harped on and what you see, and when you're talking, like you're sitting on calls and talking to customers and partners, how much of the discussion is focused on first cleaning up the house, right?
Mhm.
House cleaner come in versus targeted, like I need this product and this is all I want to buy, or is it a combination of both? And on top of that, how much training do you feel is necessary at the customer level then that the partner might be able to share with them or point them in the right direction? Obviously you've learned this from beginning to end, what taking an education path, but still during those processes, you worked help desk and a few other roles. What's that look like?
So when it comes to customers, yeah, there are a lot of customers who think that just taking a certain level of security is enough. But the more security you have, the more secure you'll be, of course. And the thing is, it's really important for first to clean the house to make sure that there is not many vulnerabilities, that there is no open window for attacker to come in. And those are all security hygiene that is really important. But us as a security analyst, when we get a customer, we make sure to go through their logs, to go through their rules, to see if there is something that maybe they left open for attacker to come in, and then we inform them right away that that's something that should be closed, that that's something they need to work on. So as a security analyst, it's just not a new thing. It's not only new things. It's not only the new process. It's also the thing that they already have in their environment that are not safe. So we work with them on each piece, and then after we inform them, they're able to make that change, and then we can move forward onto the next steps. Some employees don't know much about security, so they use a software that they found online, thinking it's going to help them with day-to-day life, but they don't know what that software actually is. And we're able to reach out to the customer and just say, hey, that user used that, but we blocked it. It's not safe. Please go on and clean the file. So that way we make sure that everything is safe at all times. Of course, we work with the customers. It's not that we do something right away on our decision. We always talk to the customer and make sure what is the best way they want us to approach them. Because some customer maybe don't want us to isolate the device. Sometimes we need to inform the customer and then he decides. So everything is decided before we start working with the customer, but then once we start working, we're able to make those decisions. And with our experience, we we don't make many mistakes. So that's something that's really good.
Cool. Well, obviously, every time there is anything that, one of those little hiccups, those are the things we got to learn from. And I think that's everywhere, right? It's,
Of course.
yeah, it always seems to be one of those use cases where, whether it's, something as similar as, a log wasn't sent or an agent wasn't installed or, not the low hanging fruit type. The things that are, easy, somebody logs in from China, then logs in here in the States. Obviously, we can on real time, we're going to disable those accounts and, and be able to do some of that remediation. Or if it's, a dumbfound file and something we know shouldn't be there, we can always eradicate that. So, there's great options there. I say, our offering is very comprehensive. Our team is extremely skilled, but our team's also typically the first call for most of the customers because it's whether it's, somebody looking for, a little bit of help to write a script, or whether it's somebody needing, having some IT issues, or whether it's somebody thinking potentially it's one of our agents blocking something, whatever that might be. I think that reliance on the team is incredibly important, and our availability is, some of the best out there in the world. Our response time is just absolutely exceptional.
Yeah, I
Go
think that's one of the main things that I really like about our company so far is that relationship with the customer. So I am at that front lines, but I work with customers directly at all times. We work 24/7, but we also have mobile app that our customers have on their phone. So in case at 2 a.m. they have question for me, they can just take their phone, go to our mobile app, or we have the live chat, and they can send a question, and we have to reply within 5 minutes. That means that we're always available there for our customers. We also have customer support lines, so if they prefer, they can just call us. So I think that's really important because in case something happens, we're always there. We're always available for them. And another thing is also that I comparing what I said before about how the employees usually is one of the weakest point in cybersecurity are the people. We have UABA, and UABA is tracking the behavior of each employee, and it sees if there is some anomalies, if there is something that employee is doing different this time. So, for example, in case employees opening certain file too many times, in case employees making too many changes, or sending too many emails, something that is not regular. So for us, for regular company, that's really hard to track one per one employee. But for us with UABA, we're able to find all those behavioral changes that the employee is doing and react right away. So that's something that's really helpful.
Oh, well, Tijana, this is great information, and we really appreciate you as our guest today. Obviously, I think it's in not only for partners, but customers, but also people out there that are aspiring to be in cybersecurity. These are the things you want to hear. And, these are the things that I think keep building upon this industry. And, cybersecurity is not going anywhere. Managed SOC's not going anymore, where risk compliance insurance is not going anywhere. We're just now, getting to taste a little bit of the sugar in the water. And I think, over the next 5 to 10 years, this industry is just going to boom. And, being an early adopter in it, being an early starter in there, building yourself into a mentor like Tijana in that aspect, these are the paths that I think are going to be, in every conversation. And also these are the paths that I think companies are going to be, looking for skill sets for in the future. So thank you again today for joining in with us. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We'll bring you something good. And then to our special guest today, Tijana, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. If you are looking for any cybersecurity services or anything, feel free to reach out to info@360soc.com. My name again, Chris Eccleston. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Tijana. Thank you, Ron. And have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.